lost. True indeed. We lost. Lord knows we lost. I'm about to say something to make you not like me. You might catch feelings and you might want to fight me, but I don't really care, I'ma say it anyway. Why most comedic guys seem soft and gay. I'm not saying all, but a large amount. Have you ever heard the words that come out of their mouth? Yeah, they cuss like a sailor, but they follow my eye. They carry oaks and wear makeup and thinking it's hot. I think they need to stop, this is a new era. I wonder if the pharaohs ever wore mascara. It probably was a death mask misunderstood. Don't let them D-boys catch them up in the hood. Why NOI? Stop patrolling the block. We get shot by the cops and we calling the cops. Come on, y'all was on another level. The black man was God, the white man the devil, now the white man, or better yet the European, and the Mars and the bean pies are sold by Koreans. I'm talking what I'm seeing, I'm just a reporter. How you call a woman to be and you got a daughter. Talking about the Hebrews that demonize women and choose Esau over brothers and kin. Probably timid, soft, and scared to fight. Yelling and wearing spikes, trying to fake me out right. But you can't fool me, cause you make a little noise. Cause deep inside, y'all some scared little boys. You really wanna ride, let's take it to the beast. Get revenge for our people killed by the like least. Yeah, right. Y'all ain't busting the grape. It appears that you fear you in love with hate. Correct me if I'm wrong, we might all don't get along. European psychology got us all gone. You think we divided? Cause I wear fez and she wear oak and he wear dreads. But the vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to wake you up and get you out of the bed. We lost to get you out the bed. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Wake up. I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Oh yeah, I'm here to spread love and get you out of the bed. Y'all think we divided cause I got a fez and you wear oak and she wear dreads. Y'all think we divided cause I wear fez. The vision don't start there, it starts in the head. And she wear oak and he got dreads. Moors need to wake up too, so I'ma wake up you, so we can get together, do what we gotta do. We ain't done much since the prophet left. More standing on law, we still in this mess. Haven't built the town to hold us down. Paperwork can't feed us, we looking like clowns. Never been to the temple, claim we follow the prophet, but I follow the prophet. I understand logic. People in the temple, time to hit the streets. Everybody do their part of we ain't getting relief. The murder rate can be more than just.
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson.
Yes, sir.
I called for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson. And anybody who's riding with him with this scandal with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
Check it.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead asleep anyways. Sleepwalking, they keep talking. I probably catch a charge and I don't care what any say. Nobody. Yeah, I'm the people's grand chief and the people's grand chief. Ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal. You mortals, you just my sequel. You just my sequel. What the 85ers? Dip divers, trying to symbolize us. You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you? Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you got up all groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Oh, you don't care? Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah, and you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that, bet that, respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die, Sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheep. People's grand sheep. Ain't seen a man I can't beat. I lay them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From Naptown to Baltimore, everybody on the road is all raw. They ready, choppers. I don't really think you want the problem. Hold up, wake the thought up. Back to Allah, law, hey. I try to get him out the bed, get him up. Sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up. I don't care what any say. I'm the people's grand sheep and the people's grand sheep. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never. You mortals, you just my sequel. You mortals, you just my sequel. Only equals is the gods.
Let's go.
You mortals, that's my sequel.
How y'all doing tonight?
He said he's Toronto Bay.
I see
Toronto
dead people. Hey,
Y'all going to court with
I
me?
see dead
You
people.
going to court with me?
I lay them old
I
boys to
need some
rest.
help.
They was dead asleep anyway.
Hold up. Pharaoh ain't show up, so I ain't showing up
So
either.
my brothers and sisters silently
Nah.
I lay them boys to rest. They was dead
Pharaoh
asleep
ain't
anyway.
show up, so I ain't showing up either. How about that?
A man that I can't beat.
I ain't never seen a man
The
that I
gods
can't
is my
beat.
only equal. That's it. You mortals, you just my sequel. That's it.
I call for a Morse court on brother Toronto Johnson.
That's right.
And anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos.
That's right. If
of
y'all
him
ain't
or
showing
wife
up,
fried
I'm
to
not showing up for court. You hear me? Are y'all showing up? If y'all ain't showing up, I ain't showing up. I don't care. Pharaoh ain't show up today. Oh, we got a good update show for you. Let me cut this down just a second. We got a good update show for you. Christian news, you going to the Morse court too. You think you playing? Talk about. I serve the Lord. I love my brother Tahaka Bay and the Morse and things, but I serve the Lord. I can't make it to court with you, brother. You going to Christian news? Talk about I've served the Lord. That's all right. We all serve the Lord. We all going together. That's right. We all going together. That's right. That's right. You serve the Lord, you serve Allah, whatever you serve, you ride with the Hawker Bay. You go to court too. Don't try to get up out of this one. Show for the shot says she's showing up and showing out. Christian News says she be there with me. He or she, I don't know, he or she, but whatever the case, they gonna be there. Christian News and Views. So family, welcome to another edition of Morse World TV. I'm your esteemed host, Brother Tahaka Bay. Family, let me first give you some updates real quick before I get started. I wanted to do the show. I know y'all waiting. Just talking about the man at this point, it might be clout chasing to some. Somebody got bond money. ODB got bond money. That Jehudi, this is social media. You know what I'm saying? In social media, we do media. And if you just seen the video where I showed young Pharaoh and Seti picture in there, we got a history with this. You follow what I'm saying? Thank you, Sister ODB. Thank you, Show for the Shop, for your for hitting that $sign. But for all those that get a little bit beside themselves when we begin to report on things that happen within our community digitally, I mean, there's no need to get beside yourself. This is social media, and what social media do is we cover media of whatever our choice is. With young Pharaoh, I actually have some history with young Pharaoh as it relates to this weird old conscious community thing. A while ago, when he was just getting started, we had communication that was pretty tight. Then he went a little bit off and just started attacking everything. And I always was trying to say, let's debate, let's get this debate done. But it was always on the intellectual level. But the moment that he got that tattoo of Amen Ra or whatever it is, once he got that tattoo on his eye, all bets was off. All bets was off. And hey, it is what it is. But it's unfortunate that we have to cover the decline. But I'm gonna tell you something, and I want this to be a lesson. This YouTube thing has destroyed some of the best potential in our community as it relates to he said the Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus, a Saw, and what Medunet to Eye, all that. You know what I mean? Psycho play. Anyway, I knew somebody was going to jump in there on me. But this social media have destroyed some of the best potential among us. You know, when anybody that into this conscious community thing, you would have to admit that Sinetta led the charge trying to bring information to people. And although he was hijacking a lot of people DVDs and he was plagiarizing and or what you call copying or pirating or whatever you want to call it, he was trying to bring the information to the people. And then he's seen money into the debates and he just went left, and now he just gone cuckoo. He just gone super nuts. You know what I mean? It's just weird now. But some of the greatest minds in our community, man, has been destroyed by this camera. You know, this camera and the money that comes from, whether it be events, whether it be from YouTube's, it can destroy you. And the unfortunate thing about it is that money don't really destroy you, that you are already destroyed before you get the money, but your destruction comes out once you get the money. You see what I'm saying? Like nothing, the only thing that can come out of you is that which is in you, you know, and unfortunately, nobody got a hold of young Pharaoh, and then the money came and it brought out the destruction that was already with him. And so for anybody that decide to be a YouTuber and you become super successful, if you become super success, including me, absolutely. I wouldn't be able to say this if I didn't include myself. I only speak for myself. If you become super successful, always be aware that the money can corrupt you if you're already corrupt. So before you even get money, start working on yourself. Make sure that yourself is fully grounded, that you're morally straight, and that your family is straight as it relates to your little spiritual grounding, whatever it may be. But whatever you do, just know that whatever you get only brings out that which is already in you. That's all it does. So get rid of that wickedness that within you. So when you do get something, or you be fortunate to achieve some things, that you're going to be all right at the end. It is what it is. So we're going to start the show now. Let's get the intro popping. Let's go.
She cool, she just need to lie unless she don't want to listen. So I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to go the court route because that's the peaceful route. At first, the court route. And if the court route, I'm going to go the physical route. Okay? If the court route don't work, then I'm going to go the physical route. But I'm going to do it the way that motherfuckers say you're supposed to do it, right? Right. So I want to let everybody know, don't be surprised.
General, you heard? Fuck that shit. I'm not going back to court. Thanks. I'm not going back to court. It's a wrap. I'm off early. You heard? And that means that I love y'all. Motherfucker.
Yes, 7 cases.
Mr. Daniels, is he present?
I doubt it.
All right, so I will set him for bond forfeiture. I'll give him a week. Will you be here next week?
Any day you need me there, Judge.
We'll set him for bond forfeiture next week and then address your motion after we've given him an opportunity to be present.
Yes, ma'am. And that's all I have for right now.
Playing with me! Stop fucking playing with me on the first drop!
You heard? Talking crazy about the motherfucking general, you heard? Spreading rumors, bitch, they told my business to the ground, lied on my name, got a wave of motherfuckers out to get me, bitch, trying to make it dangerous for me, bitch, wanna go to war, bitch, let's go to war. So I'm gonna tell you what, I'm tired of this bitch, y'all. I'm tired of this bitch. And I ain't gonna endanger nobody, but I'm getting this bitch up out of here. About me, you heard? Talking crazy about the motherfucking general, you heard? Spreading rumors.
And now, let me take you back. Let me take you back. Let me take you back. Let's go. Oh, we got it right now. Hey.
High elevator champion, A-rap country, okay? And the rest of them, this is a common name.
Your space cadet, listen, you better make me push up. Talking all reckless, cause you done did some push up. Don't lose a buck teeth, talking all that smack. Don't let a YouTube view get your wig pushed back. You done came at the nation, they came at the Moors, but won't debate either or any platform. Use a fraud, a agent, you make me sick. See, we can disagree, but don't talk slick. Being disrespectful to Minister Pharaoh Khan. Anyone can see that you're a European pawn. And that little midget said he definitely ain't ready. But back to you, Betty Betty. Let's set the date. If you want to be debate, let's do it and set the record straight. Lil Lane, yeah, you famous for real. Go put on the dress in the red high heel. Being real with yourself. Come out of the closet. What you present is like you. It's totally fraudulent, yeah. You talk about it, but you won't debate it. You can fool the generation that believe you educated, but see, we know better. That ain't no scholarship. Only thing that's gonna get you is a couple hollow tips for real. Lil City for real. Lil Pharaoh for real. I don't think you want the drama for real.
Somebody say I waited for that. In fact, that is actually an old song. That song is from 2019. You know what I'm saying? That is from 2019. And see, that's the thing with a lot of this. When you look at this militia thing, when you look at the social media conscious thing, a lot of people don't have history when it comes to this. And this is what's so funny to me, how people try to run game, how people try to play game. You know, I'm literally 5 going on 6 years in. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally 5 going on 6 years in dealing with this social media. So I know like the ins and out of this social media thing, but you look at people that come and they play games. And coming this Saturday, y'all remember the half and half guy, what's his name? Darren. His name is Darren. He has the channel Boss Talk. Coming this Saturday or Sunday is going to be a big show. And we're going to be talking about how you can be manipulated by the powers that be, regardless of how big your social media channel is or how small your social media channel is. The guy Boss Talk, he was selling t-shirts saying free ozone. And I'm going to talk about ozone in a second. He was selling the shirts saying free ozone. And with that being said, yeah. He came out. Let me just say this. With this Grandmaster J thing, right? All of these people came out of the blue. We all know that, without a doubt of contradiction. Came out of the blue. You hear me? And when they came out of the blue, a lot of new faces showed up. And I know some people see some of these small channels that they got less than 1,000 subscribers, or they got some 5, some 300, et cetera, but these little channels can be used also, you know. And so I'm going to be covering Boss Talk to show how he entered into this YouTube thing. I'm going to show emphatically how, you know, some people just use YouTube as a tool, just playing around. And, you know, some people start off and they, you know, film their parents, they film their children, they film things that they do. And then somewhere along the way, they seems to be that they get into some sort of controversial type of thing. And when people do that, it makes you wonder, you know, why did you choose the militia? Like, you from out in the woods, like what made you try to go to Kentucky and join Grandmaster Jay? And so I'm going to do a scholarly breakdown of the guy during Boss Talk. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna break it all the way down, and I'm gonna show you how this guy is so suspect that he's just going to be the example of what to look for. Basically, I don't think he's a threat. He's more of a suspect, but not a threat. You know what I'm saying? Because he's too goofy to be a threat. You know, but I'm just going to paint a picture how they creep in. You know, and again, it doesn't matter how big or how small the channel is. It's all about confusion. See, if I'm here telling you that someone is in error, or someone swindled, or someone has scammed, then I think it would be incumbent upon the one who is accused of the swindling and the scam, and with all the receipts I show, to prove that you're not swindling, to prove that you're not scamming. Like, take Inky, for instance. Inky say he sells blue magic slime or gel, whatever the stuff is, you know what it is, but whatever it is. And he said that this is the best stuff, you know, and he says it's the purple. He said it's purple. And I say, man, that's just garbage with some dye in it. I think it would just make sense on a respectable level. Man, that's garbage, some dye. Although I'm saying it's garbage, I think it would make more sense if he would go to the exact spot where he got the purple plant. You see what I'm saying? And then walk everybody through it. Press 7 if does that make sense? I mean, you know, he want to talk about family members. He want to talk about mama, dog, wife, cousin. He want to do all of that. But wouldn't it make more sense that he just took a camera with him, where he get the purple sea moss, go on camera with it, show people, blend it up, show it in the jar? He would probably, and if he does this, he should pay me. He should pay me, because this is a great marketing tool. See, if you want Shet Tahaka Bay down, the best thing to do would be to prove me wrong. Because you can't shut me down talking about my wife, talking about my cousin, talking about my dog. Because frankly, I don't care what you're talking about. I know that you're simply grabbing stuff off of social media pages that people put out there for the public anyway, whether they put them out there 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or yesterday. They posted it for the public. So you snatching it and remixing it don't make a bit of difference to me. I don't care. But now, you're still not putting insurance on you selling sea moss. So go and get the purple moss, bring it out of the water or wherever you get it, hook it up, blend it up, and then say, people, what he's talking about is crazy. He's talking crazy. So now you can get your orders. Wouldn't that make sense? But people don't think like that. People don't think like that. And so with that being said, even when I present the information about anybody, Grandmaster Jay, about what I got coming on Boss Talk, all you got to do is, somebody say, Mr. Few Shows on Morse World TV, what's wrong with your dog? It better not be nothing wrong with my dog. My dog is good. But you want to call out scammers, but stealing content from world news. Stealing content from world news. I don't know what that means. I don't what does that mean? Stealing content from world news. Inky don't even look like he can swim. You want to call out scammers, but stealing content from world news. You want to hit the link world news? You know I allow you to come on here. You know I do. You want to come on here, world news? Say I steal again, and I'm going to delete you and block you. In fact, let me tell you something. We're about to break it all down. That's what we're about to do. Show your purple sea moss Amazon receipt. All right. So here we go. So today, family, young Pharaoh, let me bring up my file. Young Pharaoh literally didn't show up to court. He was supposed to show up to court today. And we just gonna read the file. Let me see. First of all, you know what's funny? I want to share this with you first. Let me share this with you first. When Trump was trying to save his bid for presidency, what y'all don't understand is that no matter how big the politician is, they would, in the effort to influence, scoop low. This is where you get the Grandmaster Jay. This is where you get a young Pharaoh goes from talking Black Power to becoming a Trump supporter. And again, I don't see anything wrong with being a Trump supporter if that's your belief. But let that be from the gate. You follow what I'm saying? Because you can't have both ways. And so let's go real quick and check this out. Let's go here real quick and check this out. When you look at stuff like this,
as you can see, and everybody knows I was at the Drain the Swamp goddamn thing. I got the fucking shirt on my logo. Okay, no homo. Let me show y'all the back of my shirt. All right, I was out there.
So you see that? He comes live boldly before the same people that put him on their shoulders and says that he went to the Drain the Swamp rally for Trump. Now, the question would be, what would make a young Pharaoh? What would make a young Pharaoh, not saying that a person don't have the right to be a Trump supporter or whatever they want to be, but what would make a young Pharaoh come from 125th Street, Buffalo, New York, the jail cell, the bottom of the bottom, to Trump? This is what you have to think about. And because this is the lesson. This is the lesson, family. The lesson is it doesn't matter, just like I'm going to tell you about the guy Dern, it doesn't matter how much influence you have. It's, do you have any influence? And young Pharaoh had much influence and the potential to increase it. The potential to increase it. Now, what does that mean? That means that anybody around you when they start doing behavior that's outside of the behavior that you're used to, you better start to check them. You better start to wonder if that's if you are in the know of our people being targeted not to advance and not to be liberated. That's if you in the know. The funny thing about people that come and talk crazy about the way I do my show, how many people have went back on my old videos of my show? Press 7 if you had the chance, or if you was here, if you are day one, or if you had the chance to go back to my old videos. Anybody? Anybody had a chance to go back to my 5-year-old videos? Anybody? Press 7 if anybody had the chance to go back to my 5-year-old videos. And I'm going to show you something real quick. One thing that you're going to see with my videos, you will see consistency. There was a time where I was talking about the Moors going nuts, the Moors selling traffic stuff. You know what I'm saying? I came in talking about Sinetta them wasn't right. I came in with that. And of course, I didn't know that this was a game. So along the way, I thought that these people would turn around. I didn't know Sinetta was a Cancer. And I ain't talking about the astrology. I'm not talking about astrology. I didn't know he was a Cancer. I never knew that. I thought that this was real Black Power stuff. I thought that although I'm a proclaimed Moorish American, I don't live my life like them crazy old Moorish Americans. When you say Black, they act like it's a disease. I don't live like that. So when I'm thinking somebody screaming Black Power, somebody talking about Hotep and Shalom, I'm taking their word for it. I'm literally taking their word for it. But I would learn along the way that it's not always true. But every time that the devil showed his head, I was swinging the scimitar, chopping it off. When you go and check some of these people that act like they revolutionaries online, you don't see that. You don't see that. You see 3 years ago. You see 2 years ago, maybe 2 years ago tops. That's what you see. You see people jumping in on an opportunity. What are you saying, Brother Tahaka Bey? What I'm saying is somebody has influenced them to do what they are doing, because there's nowhere in the world that a person like OC the Great can continue and would go on to push Grandmaster Jay on the people with so much information out there. There's no way. Unless you have been influenced by someone. And we heard OC the Great say, anybody heard what he said? That's right, I support Trump, and I'm not a coon. So here is the common denominator as I get to moving on the show. Here is a common denominator. The common denominator is whenever these brothers mention their connection to Trump, there's always some confusion. Somebody say, what about more education? My channel is channel 7. We got some Moorish education over there. GS, what is Hotep? Hotep, when people walk up and they say Hotep, I'm taking it as peace. I mean, I'm taking it as peace. I'm taking it as you. When you walk up to me and you say Hotep, you say Shalom, you say Islam, you say praise the Lord, I would take your word for it. But at the same time, you be saying Islam, Hotep, or praise the Lord, but you got the knife right behind you, hugging me with the knife in your back, behind your back. But with that being said, let's talk about the case. Let's talk about some of the case real quick. Let's look at the case real quick. Let me see. One thing that we have to know is that Young Pharaoh, this is his.
My bodyguard abandoned me when someone gave me something that I did not know that they gave me. And so now let me tell y'all what happened. There was a woman over here who brought some shrooms over here. Now, I did not know that woman brought shrooms over here. I didn't ask that woman to bring no shrooms. I didn't tell that woman to bring no shrooms. She brought shrooms over here. Now, why is this important? She gave me some mushroom tea or whatever the case may be, right? But I didn't know it was.
Now, the reason why I played that is because this is supposed to be the justification of the erratic behavior that we see. Now, for some reason, it's hard to believe. But this is supposed to be the justification, and maybe somewhere down the line, young Pharaoh may use that as a defense. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think young Pharaoh is young Pharaoh is a genius in all intents and purposes. It's just misdirected. You follow what I'm saying? What I mean by he's a genius is that he's the wicked genius. He put some stuff together. He's very convincing. But if you don't, that's for the unread or the unlearned that he can pull that stuff on. You know what I'm saying? But for the learned and the well-read, you could never pull that foolish stuff that he was talking and getting hundreds of thousands of views for. You could never pull that on anybody. But the younger generation was going for it, and that was the attempt when, as Tyrone said, YP is compromised. And I believe he's compromised too. Let's take a look at this real quick. So as of late, this is what we know. As of late, this is what we know. And I'm bringing all new up-to-date information. As of late, this is what we know. As of late, these are supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the charges that Pharaoh is up against. One moment. That these are the charges that Pharaoh is up against. You follow me? The first one, terroristic threats, that it was filed on 11/23/21. Then on 11/23/21, another terroristic threat, family. I would imagine that would be Golden Beauty. I'm not sure. Then 11/23/2021, terroristic threat again. 11/23/2021, assault, family member, and a warrant and a citation was issued. Now, 2 warrants and citations was issued, and he made bond. Now watch this. 11/23, criminal mischief, bond made. 11/23/21, terroristic threat, B. So I don't know. Yeah, these are different. Okay, that's the same case number. Let me see. 238-496. Yeah, no, these are different case numbers. So yeah, he got different case numbers on these. So these are all different terroristic threats case number. The amazing thing is that he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 active bonds. Y'all see this? He got 5. Now, I don't know about any of y'all. I know all of y'all hands have been clean all your life. But if you ever been in the judicial system, I don't care what it is, you don't have 5 bonds. You don't have 5 bails for the same charge. Anybody familiar with the judicial system? Anybody? I'm telling you, the Trump people is trying to help him, but he ain't going to help himself. Somebody say judicial system. Anybody ever dealt with the court system? You ever see somebody out on 5 bonds with, hold up, how many is it? Let me see. 5 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I tell you what, in Baltimore, you ain't getting no 5 bonds on the same charge. You might get 2, possibly 3, but not on the same charge. It don't work like that. And what May just say, and ain't he on parole? Now, I don't want to see no one. I don't want to see no one to go to jail. Trust me on this one. Someone said those are different charges, though. Or Crip say, yeah, that's the point. They're different charges, but they're the same charge. They're a different charge. Somebody said he must have some powerful friends. They're different charges, but they're the same charge. So it was like if you had an assault charge, you get out on bond. You go and catch another assault, you get out on bond. You catch another one, you get out on bond. You catch another one. Nah, that ain't happening in Baltimore. No way. You're not getting that in Baltimore. By the time you get to the third one, they're gonna put you down to rest. They're gonna put their old boy to sleep. He was dead sleep anyway. Nah. And so that's a sign. And another sign that young Pharaoh is compromised. And I'm just looking at what we have to go on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at what we have to go on. And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, look, K. Roberts say, not in Baltimore. You be over the bookings looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, whether you like it or not, right? A lot of this Pharaoh is doing to himself. So people probably say, well, why are you talking about young Pharaoh? You ain't talking about the white man and the cracker and the da-da-da. Well, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is a lesson in this. Is the reason why I'm doing this. I don't do this without a lesson in it. The lesson is that look for the signs of those who have been compromised. The signs are very clear. It's like this. I want y'all to follow me. And I don't want to talk too much because I want to share these slides. If someone, Abu X in the chat, Abu X say, this is very serious, Aki. Great presentation, educational purpose, people. If Abu X was a YouTuber, right? And every show that he does, or every presentation that he does, he got his face on camera. He exposes his family. He exposes his work environment. He exposes himself fully open, teaching the people, educating the people, and getting people upset. Now, Abu does that, right? And now somebody begins to attack Abu, but you never see their face. You never see their face. All you see is the jumping of a screen. That person should never be trusted to say anything about anybody. I don't care how many slides they have. They should never be trusted because behind that icon might be an FBI agent. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. Now my face is on here, but behind that floating, you are not in a position to expose anybody until you expose yourself. And you should never trust it. You should never trust it. If the person exposing somebody does not expose themselves, nothing they say is credible. Nothing. That's another sign. So as you're going through this YouTube thing and people talking about they do it to me all the time and this all you see, The jumping of the screen, you don't trust it, because behind that screen could be the very agent that is working the puppet strings, the puppeteer. Never trust someone that try to expose somebody but don't expose themselves. They're playing a lot of, listen, I want to get you into the know. They're playing a lot of games on this social media and on this digital platform, on this digital stage. They're playing a lot of games of divide and conquer. They're playing a lot of games of manipulation on this digital stage. And they're using our own people to do it. Now, it's so many variables. I'm just pointing out a few of them. I'm pointing out a few of them. But one thing for sure, and two things for certain, that young Pharaoh, he took the pill. And I ain't talking about a pill on some shrooms or no mollies. He took the pill. That is clear. Everything about young Pharaoh shows that he took the pill. They took the pill. You follow me? Listen again.
See. And everybody knows I was at the Drain the Swamp goddamn thing. I got the fucking shirt on my logo. Okay?
I got the shirt on my logo.
No homo. Let me show y'all the back of my shirt. All right, I was out there.
Y'all see that? Riding for Trump. Got a Trump 2020 hat on. Again, it doesn't matter what your politics are. But how do you automatically jump into politics when Trump is trying to save his presidency? Grandmaster Jay is behind the podium in the most secured seat at the rally. Y'all don't find this strange? Y'all don't find this strange? That at the most secured seat at the rally. That's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get back to young Pharaoh in a second.
Keep me on my P's and Q's, so if I have to be around this person won't stab me in the back. I'll already be prepared. If I have to turn around, I have something back there where this person can't stab me in the back. I'll be ready. You dig? So, yeah, I said it. I like Trump, and I'm not a... Yeah, I said it. I like Trump.
Are we able to connect these dots and just move on? It only makes sense why OC the Great would ride all the way to the end for a Grandmaster J. OC the Great is telling you. And then out of the blue, he comes and ride or die for Grandmaster J. And people falling for this because one screams Black Power, because one put on some uniform with a patch. People fall for this. And here we got young Pharaoh. And then we got young Pharaoh. So what is the common denominator? So Christian News and interviews say, what do they see in Trump? They see nothing in Trump. Trump sends out his people to them. That's normally how this thing works. These people have no connection to Trump for real. They got scouts for these people, I would imagine. They got scouts for these people. They look at people that's weak and got the potential to take a check. That's what they do. That'll be just like me all of a sudden one day talking about Trump is running for office in 2024 or whatever it is, and I'm sitting up there like I changed my mind and start rooting for Trump. I'm start Trump. If you don't look at me like I lost my mind, man, we done with you, brother. I mean, listen. It's just clear that we fall for the okie doke. But let's get to Big Bro. When we looking at young Pharaoh, right? Let's check it out. When we looking at young Pharaoh have had the ability to take a break. And listen, I'm only reporting what he already said. Young Pharaoh already said it. And if you ain't in the know, I'm just bringing it to you. The defendant charged with terroristic threats was released from custody on it's not check personal bond, surety bond. All right, November 24th, 2021. Failing to comply with the rules of electronic monitoring program. Here's the details. The details of the violation indicated are: defendant has maintained a dead battery since 1/31/22. Defendant reported to pretrial on 1/27/22 because of technical issues due to overcharging battery. Defendant device was swapped out and a new one as he was re-instructed on charging. In fact, what happened here is that supposedly young Pharaoh cut off the monitoring device. Young Pharaoh cut off the monitoring device and the bail was revoked. Now, we already seen, one second. Let me drop this real quick. The crazy thing about it is young Pharaoh is very, very gutsy, as you would call it. The funny thing about it is he actually cuts it off. Now, I don't know what he'd be thinking. He actually cut it off, right? And not only does he cut it off, he actually does a video about it and hold up the piece in the air. It holds up the piece in the air. Now, let me tell you something. If anybody's saying that I'm reporting on something that, oh, why are you talking about young Pharaoh? This is crazy and reckless. And what I'm telling you is that this type of arrogance, two things is going on. Either he really is crazy and just don't care, or his arrogance have gotten the best of him because he feel as though he got that direct connect with Donald Trump. You know who else did that? Grandmaster Jay. His connection to Donald Trump built his ego to the point that he thought that he could say any and everything. And he probably could. As long as Donald Trump was in office, he probably could. But the moment that Donald Trump was out of office, y'all see the shift happen. But these little weird guys that don't understand, that don't understand how when the tables churn or the shift happen, that his power is done. The only power that he have outside of his influence is money. He has no legal power. He can't talk to this one because now you got a whole group of people. And this is why you got a whole group of people that becomes the opposition that didn't like Trump, because you got Democrats, you got independents that didn't like Trump. So it is what it is. Now, the people that don't like Trump, they're not hearing no favors from no Trump side. And this is why Grandmaster Jay is scared. This is why anybody that been riding with Trump that's in the political arena, they scared and backing away. But people like young Pharaoh or people like OC the Great, they don't understand this equation. And so what they do is they continue to ride. They continue to ride. And the one that they ride with, Ben jumped out of the car. The one that they riding with, Ben jumped out of the car. And you still in the car. That car is on cruise control, ready, run into a brick wall. So he cuts the band off. But again, he doesn't. They don't come get him. In fact, if anybody been paying attention, I should have got the clip. He cut the band off on the 11th. The FBI have been back and forth to his house. And young Pharaoh made a statement that, okay, you want to play with me? The FBI and the DNA, talking to his child's mother. He said the FBI and the DNA got something for you. That's what he said. Unbelievable to me, but that's what he said. So, and he said that to Golden Beauty. You know what I'm saying? He said that to Golden Beauty. So, hey, it is what it is. I mean, because he was talking like the FBI and the DNA, like they had a relationship. Anybody never seen that video? I should have got the clip. So these are the things. Somebody said no response. When somebody asked a question, no response. Minimum infinite. What you got? When GMJ was setting up and doing those formation, I kept asking YP if he was going to make a video about him, and I didn't get any response. I messaged him and stayed in the comments about it. Check this. Check this, Minimum. You want to know another thing about that? You said that too, and you know what I thought was ironic too? Is that when Grandmaster Jay showed all the inconsistencies of being a true revolutionary, not Sinetta, you would not find one video where Sinetta questioned his legitimacy. Not Sinetta, not Unc, not none of these people that debate for a living question the legitimacy of Grandmaster Jay. Do you find that strange? These people debate and question each other for a living on social media. There's not one that questioned the legitimacy of Grandmaster Jay supposedly being on the front line, organizing and fighting for our liberation. Not one. Press 7 is that seem kind of odd. Look, check this out. Somebody say Fitz one, say, to be honest, I didn't either. But Fitz one, I don't think, are you a YouTuber? I'm talking about YouTubers. I'm talking about YouTubers that question each other for a living. I'm talking about YouTubers. I'm talking about Sinetta. Sinetta questioned Dane Calloway. Can't Dane Calloway make documentaries on his reporting or his research? He questioned Dane Calloway. On Dane Calloway research, it got so bad that Dane Calloway was like, man, I'm going to leave this alone because it's about to get real ugly. But that's how, come on now. Somebody said what happened to GMJ and Major TV relationship. Major love with him and then spent his own money to travel to see him. GMJ told everybody, all right. Oh, you say I'm part of the pseudo killers. Oh, if you're part of the pseudo killers, that's a kind of different lane, though. If you're part of the pseudo killer, that's a different. But hey, if you was on Sinetta, then yeah, somebody should have been asking questions. What do you feel about this? They wouldn't even speak on it, Fitz one. They wouldn't even speak on it. I didn't, for the life of me. This is why all of these people are suspect. That's why all of these people are suspect to me. You know what I mean? Not, I'm talking about popular YouTube. Popular YouTube that questioned everything didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. That's suspect to me. Because this was a big story. Now, let's get to this next filing right here. Here is Pharaoh was supposed to be in court today. Let's read it real quick. Watch this, though. This is the craziest thing to me. Here it is. Pharaoh, this is Pharaoh ordered to be in court today. Let me see if I can stretch it just a little bit. Get that out of here. Bam. Y'all see that? I'm going to try to stretch it just a little bit more. I think y'all can see it. All right. So it says, Marshal Jeannie Daniels, terroristic threat, notice of next court date. So on December the 13th, they gave him the court date that is today. You hear what I say? They gave him the court date that is today. Must appear to avoid arrest. Everybody hear that, right? Must appear to avoid arrest. One second. Make sure everybody can see this. Y'all able to see that? I'm going to make sure. If not, I'm going to get another copy. I want y'all to see this. This is, to me, let me stop the screen share and get another copy real quick. Look at this. Because I gotta really put some stank on this demonstration, as they call it. If I can, if you will. Let me pull it up from right here. Because this to me shows something that you need to pay attention to. And it's just not for young Pharaoh. It's for all those that come in acting as if they are for you and that they are fighting for you, that they are teaching you. That's what this is about. So here we go. Let me pull it up like this. That's what this is about. Listen to this. And I want to see, I wonder if anybody guessing what I'm about to say. All right, here we go. Now you're going to be able to see it clearly. All right. You hear that? You see that? Defendant signature on bond must appear to avoid arrest. That was today at 8:30. Y'all got me? Today at 8:30. Let me stop this real quick. If I can do this real quick. Watch this.
At least, Marshall about it.
All right, so I will set him for bond forfeiture. I'll give him a week.
I'll give him a week. Y'all hear that? Listen.
Does that right? Will you be here next week? Will you be here next week? Set him for bond forfeiture. I'll give him a week.
Y'all catch that? What do the man? But what do the papers say? What do the papers say? His next court date, on his court date, that he must appear to avoid arrest. All around the globe, when you got an FTA, bond is revoked, and they coming to get you. This shows you that he has an asterisk by his name. He has an asterisk by his name, and I do that to indicate that them people trying to work with Pharaoh. If it was a Tahaka Bay, they say, oh, failure to appear, okay, bench one. Anybody ever been to court? Anybody ever been to court? I know all y'all are good law-abiding citizens. I know all of y'all are. But did anybody ever have an FTA on bond? Or a friend, a cousin? I know all of y'all, I know the Morse World TV citizens are good law-abiding citizens. But if you ever had a family member, the worst thing that you can do, I don't care if it's a traffic violation, the first thing that they do, they're going to give you a body attachment, is what they call it in Baltimore. Ain't no give you no 10 days. 10 days for what? You didn't just had a month. You know when you're supposed to be up in here, man, them Europeans coming to get you. There it is right there. There it is. They are trying to work with him. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is the same thing that happened with Dern from Boss Talk. You right, Pootie Tang. The same thing. The European that does Boss Talk, anything goes, that tried to join Grandmaster J and then tried to join with Delta. The same thing. The same thing. Our justice system is completely different. I mean, that might be right. Maybe in Texas, I just know that they put more people on the death penalty in Texas than any state. I would consider Texas is one of the more stern states in the United States of America. So I don't know. I'm not from Texas, but I just know that in most jurisdictions, they don't play that. They don't play that. That's real talk. Now, lastly is, let me share this real quick. Lastly, we got young Pharaoh, attorney trying to be pulled off the case. And when you look at it, state of Texas, let me stretch it a little bit. The state of Texas, there it is. That's how I should have did it at first. Hold up. Hold up. The state of Texas versus Marshall Jeannie Daniels. Motion to withdraw as counsel of record. The honorable judge of said court now comes Tiffany M. Hill, Marvin, an attorney of record, and above name and numbered cause, and asks the honorable judge of said court to allow said attorney to withdraw as counsel of record for the reasons stated below. A conflict of interest have risen that requires counsel to withdraw. Specifically, defendant had expressed that he no longer needs the service of Morvant. Accordingly, Morvant is unusable to effectively communicate with defendant regarding his cases. Additionally, defendant has failed to comply with his contractual obligation with Morvant. Anybody know what that is? What is the services of Morvant? Defendant has shown to this court that the defendant does not have sufficient resources to hire an attorney. Oh my God, Pharaoh. Pharaoh was stunting with the, didn't he have the Camaro with the wrap on it? In a $500,000 community? When you look at the brothers in the NOI, when he was attacking the minister of Farrakhan, I see why the wise brothers in the NOIs was just sitting back. They were just sitting back. They ain't never, you know, Risa Islam was bringing it to him. Malcolm Flex was also bringing it to him. You know, Malcolm Flex, he always get worked up. I love me some Malcolm Flex, but boy, he get worked up. You say something about NOI or the minister. Goodness gracious. But nevertheless, that's my brother, and I love him, and I love his loyalty. But with that being said, many of the elders in the NOI just sit back and chill. And now that makes sense. This could be a lesson to us. Watch him crash and burn. And the crazy thing about it, that he didn't show up in court and all he had to do is tap into a Zoom. And they still gave him a week. He cut off the band, the electronic band. He didn't show up in court from a Zoom meeting. And the judge said, we give you a week. Now you tell me that he don't got somebody on the inside. That would never, I don't care what state you in. That ain't happening anywhere. That just don't happen. That don't happen. He definitely going to jail. And not to mention, he don't have sufficient resources to hire an attorney. So he don't even have an attorney in the background who's advocating for him. That's bad. And let me tell you something. While I was researching this, I was listening to Young Pharaoh new music. Young Pharaoh got some fire. He got some fire. I like his music now better than I did when he was acting conscious. Anybody remember his music when he was acting conscious? What you talking about? And when they talk about it, don't talk about. And then I flip it, they don't talk about. And what they talking about, and when they go, and then what they now, and Young Pharaoh, and then what they talk about. That's how I used to talk. Now, I ain't going in. Yeah, and the bars is killing. The bars is killing. The old Pharaoh, this crazy new Pharaoh, I like him. I like the crazy Pharaoh. I like him better than the old Pharaoh when it comes to rapping. Yeah, I like the crazy Pharaoh. Y'all can take the other Pharaoh. I like this Pharaoh when it comes to bars. Yeah, goodness and gracious. I don't know if y'all into hip hop, but if y'all don't know, NB Youngboy just made a crazy cut. He just dissed everybody's sidebar, and Lil Durk, his is real. I'm talking about my generation, my bad. But seriously, but he remind me of NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy just put out a song, if y'all don't know, last night. And man, NBA Youngboy then cussed everybody out. Anybody know NBA Youngboy? Y'all still listen to hip hop? He cussed everybody out. But then what Pharaoh's new music sound like. Oh my goodness. The old Pharaoh sound like Preach or Teach from what his name is, Arrested Development. The new Pharaoh sound like NBA Youngboy going crazy. If y'all ain't into hip hop, let that go over your head. Don't worry about it. Fitz what? Listen, one thing Fitz one, me, I'm a hip hop enthusiast. I love it. I understand it. Even this new generation. I'm glad that the bubblegum rap is gone, though. I'm glad that the mumble rap is gone. I'm glad that. I mean, it's not all the way gone, but I literally can understand what Lil Durk saying. I can understand what my man 40 saying. I can understand some of these new guys now, man. And I'm feeling good about hip hop again. But Young Pharaoh fit right in though, man. He go crazy on them tracks. But anyway, ain't that something? All that money. He don't even have sufficient resources to hire an attorney. Remember when he had the color gold teeth? He was smiling with the gold teeth. He had the gold teeth with the rainbow looking like 6ix9ine. The rainbow gold teeth. He had the fronts. I was looking at this like, oh man, this ain't gonna end well. And I got all the footage too. I didn't know it was gonna end like this though. In fact, I thought young Pharaoh would mature. I was hoping that he mature and then just be smooth sailing. I knew he was. I already knew that he was an agent, and I say that in my old song. I already knew that, but I thought that he would do a Polite. You know, Polite's an agent too, but Polite pretty much created another space for himself to be agentized. So he's in Hollywood snitching and all of that stuff. He's not necessarily in this community anymore snitching. He's in and what I mean by snitching, he's just sending back intel. That's what y'all need to know about these agents. Many of these agents just send back intel. You know what I'm saying? They just send back intel. They're not trying to stop anything. They're trying to keep confusion going. That's it. I mean, they said they should have never gave nobody. That money that brought the devil out here, boy. That boy's gone crazy. I was looking at some of the footage today, man. The way that he was looking, man, with that blank stare, I was like, good goodness. Good goodness. Look, somebody said them youngsters was starting to dig YP too. Yeah, man. YP, man. He that new stuff he got out is official. I can rock with it. It's reckless. You know what I mean? I like hip hop. It's reckless, of course. But let me get back to this. My bad. Sidebar. Talking about young. So look, it says, wherefore premises considers Movon prays that the court allow Tiffany M.H. to withdraw as counsel from the defendant from any further representation of the defendant in the above mentioned cases. Defendant and Morvant further praise that the motion to withdraw as counsel. Court appoints counsel to represent defendant in the appeal of this case. Y'all see that? They asking that he get a public defender. Appoint him somebody. Because he ain't got the bread. So in Texas, a movant is a person who applies to or petitions a court or judge for a ruling in his or her favor. I guess that's a term that they use in Texas. I'm not familiar with the term. But a movant is an attorney. Same thing. Whew, man, that's something. That is something. You know, coming from the judicial system to gaining some sort of popularity. I mean, very influential. You know, it's like when I look at Hassan Campbell, man, I don't think he's going to go that route. But sometimes you wonder, man, with all that popularity, you know what I'm saying? Can he handle it? But he might be all right. He might be all right. I don't agree with all of Hassan Campbell content, and he probably don't agree with mine. But you be wondering, man, is that stuff going to bring out some craziness? Because, man, you coming from poverty, and now all you got to do is turn on your mic and talk, and now you sitting up there with all these rings and getting a wrap around a car with Egyptian Medunetza on it, like moving from Buffalo to Texas and all that. I don't know. I just want to be a regular guy, man. I ain't. But anyway, let's look at this. Y'all know that young Pharaoh actually did sue. Let me see. What is this one? He actually sued. Is this it? One second. Let me see something. Let me see if I got it real quick. Where is that? He actually sued. That's not it. Let me take that down. Let me take that down. Let me take that down. Oh, I see what I did. It's over here. All right. He actually sued Google. Did y'all know that? He actually sued YouTube and Google. But guess what happened? I'm going to share this with you, then we're going to get out of here. But he on the run now. And I say he's on the run because the bond been forfeited. I'm sorry. The bond has been forfeited. That means the bail bondsman is looking for you. That's number one. Number two, he didn't show up for court, but they're giving him 10 days, but he already forfeited the bond anyway. So the bail bondsman is looking for you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said who? Young Pharaoh actually sued. Let me see if I can share real quick. So here's the case where young Pharaoh actually sued, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Alphabet Inc., a Delaware corporation, Google LLC, a Delaware limited liability corporation, YouTube LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, those 1 through 10. Violation of free speech clause of the First Amendment of the United States. He's saying that that they violated his free speech, breach of covenant of good faith and fair dealing, conversion, unjust enrichment, breach of contract, money had and received, violation of Section 17200 of the California Business and Professions Code, fraud, and the inducement of wire fraud. And it's a long thing. I'll put the link in there if somebody wants to read it. But long story short, the one that I really want to share with you is, and he just talks about how basically Let me just read a little bit. This action is brought under the first 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution and 42 U.S.C. 1983 challenges defendants' restrictions on plaintiff right of free speech. In response to encouragement, coercion, and threats by powerful government actors, defendants have banned, limited, and taken down plaintiff's speech and prohibited plaintiff from monetizing his YouTube channel, at least with the respect to political messages which certain members of Congress disagree. In addition to removing plaintiff content from YouTube platform, defendant have stolen monies that were donated directly to plaintiff on his YouTube channel by his fans and followers, giving rise to claims of coercion, breach of contract, breach of covenant of good faith and fair dealing, unjust enrichment, money had and received, fraud and inducement, wire fraud, violation of California business. So he ran all of this down to and took Google to court. Now, with that being said, give me 1 second. Google really, and I'm gonna just sum it up real fast how Google addressed it. And this is for y'all that do Google too, if you're interested in doing I think this is it right here. Is this it? I think this is it right here. Hold on 1 second. This is it. I think this is it right here. Let me see if I can just slide down to it real quick. I just want to share it with you. All right. So this, if you're going to go up against Google, this is a case study that you should look at. You know what I'm saying? This is a case study that goes up against that. If you want to go up against Google, this is a case study. And this is the information that they're using. And actually tossed it out. It says, and I just dropped down some. It said plaintiff contract claims are ungrounded in, if not contrary to, the actual terms of the parties' agreement. In articulating the breach of contract, the complaint cites 4 things that the terms of service allegedly promise and that YouTube supposedly failed to do. 1, inform the plaintiff when one of his videos was flagged, stricken, or taken down. 2, provide an appeals process, permit the posting of plaintiff videos unless they violated YouTube's community guidelines. And 4, pay plaintiff based on, among other earnings, views, and donation. It is clear, it is clear from the terms of service themselves and from the plaintiff's own allegation that none of these give rise to a viable claim. First, the terms of service make no promise that YouTube will inform plaintiff when one of his videos was flagged, stricken, or taken down. The relevant provision of the agreement simply says that in the event that YouTube removes content, we will notify you with the reason for our action, unless certain exceptional circumstances are present. White declare, I guess that's a case. In any event, plaintiff allegations make clear that YouTube did not notify him of the reason that it removed the 2 videos that he alleged were removed. Google and YouTube indicated that the video was taken down because it violates community guidelines. The video has been removed for violating YouTube policy on harassment and bullying. Second, plaintiff allegation that YouTube failed to provide an appeals process is equally meritless. With respect to decisions to remove the content, all terms of service say that you can learn more about reporting and enforcement, including how to appeal, on the troubleshooting page of our help center. Even considering this to be some kind of promise, plaintiff owns allegation make it clear that YouTube provided and plaintiff availed himself of the opportunity to appeal YouTube's decision. Well, let me say this. I'm not going to go any further. Ultimately, what happened was a lawyer took Pharaoh's money, because any good attorney, if you read Pharaoh's case, any good attorney would have advised him to wait and come up with more concrete evidence. Because if you read both cases, which I'm not going to read them tonight, Google attorneys, they knocks it out the park. They're like, nah, right here, covered right here, right here, covered right here, right here, covered right here. And that's another thing. When people think they're smart, there's always somebody that's smarter than you. When people think they're super intelligent, there's always someone that is more intelligent than you. And in the words of Inky, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. In other words, when a hunter becomes the hunted. When you think you're going to give some people some money to sue a big corporation like YouTube, you are as vulnerable as the people that sent you donations. You are just as vulnerable, because now you playing in the big league, and now they're going to get you on paper. They're going to take your money, and you don't have any recourse but to take that L. And this is what super intelligent people, or people who think that they're super intelligent. This is the main problem with people that think they can outsmart everybody. They don't know that people are more smart than what they give you on the surface. I'm going to be going to Georgia Tech University and deal with some smart people. I'm trying to make sure that the beginning of March we'll be in the ATL at Georgia Tech University. Anybody in ATL, y'all should come and holler at me. Yeah, we're gonna be having some footage. We're gonna be documenting. We're gonna be calling people out. We're gonna be pulling cards. We're gonna be doing this live. We're gonna be doing it live. We're gonna call them out. We're gonna expose some people right there live. That's what we're gonna start doing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it live. That's right. So Georgia Tech University, get ready. They'll lift the bans. Have they lifted the COVID bans where y'all at? As the COVID bans lift, the mask ban lift. So we good here. Yeah. And family, again, much of my receipt shows will be on, what's today? Today, Thursday. So whether it's, today is Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow, Thursday. I might do a show tomorrow. I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Why y'all ain't tell me today was Wednesday? I thought today was Thursday. Yeah, we gonna talk about Dern tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to do Dern tomorrow before the weekend. Yeah. Man, I'm thinking that today was Thursday, because Friday, holy day. I'm got to be in the temple on Friday. I'm still contemplating and meditating on the Ozone interview. One thing that is expressed by his POA. One thing that was expressed by his POA was her only concern was not the content of the interview. Her only concern was that the interview, if aired on social media, that it could have him in lockup. Now, I don't know. Now, if y'all remember Ozone, somebody took a video of Ozone peeking out of the feed slot of the cell, and they actually posted it on social media. And from that social media post, Ozone was put in the hole. You follow me? He was put on lockdown. And so his POA was concerned that if the interview was posted online, that it could compromise his day room, his whatever. So I'm waiting to speak to Ozone again. He called me last night, but goofy me left my phone in the car, and I got my phone later that night and found out that Ozone had called me. So I'm waiting on him to hit me back. But I don't think it would compromise him because, I mean, it's a conversation. It's a conversation. I really don't think. And the conversation is literally, and I'll give it to you. The conversation is literally talking about how he's doing. You know, he's just talking about how he's doing, and who does not represent him. That's what the conversation is about. He clearly says that he doesn't know Darren. He clearly says that. He clearly didn't give him the authority to sell no shirts, didn't receive no money from those shirts. Free Ozone shirts shouldn't be sold. I mean, these things are clear. And I think those are critical things because these people have connected themselves to Ozone when Ozone don't even know these people. And if he do know them, it would be as a fan, not as a friend. And that's different. You know, if somebody reaches out to you and you are talking and you're grace. I meet people every day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't call them fans because I don't have fans. I make friends. So I see people every day. Brother Tahaka Bay, et cetera, et cetera. Brother Tahaka Bay, da-da-da. You know what I mean? We good. Man, some people walk up on me so fast, I'll be like, hold up now. Don't move too fast. They're like, no, man, I enjoy the show. I love the show. I'll be like, hold up now. You know what I'm saying? But those type of passive relationships, people might say, well, I know Tahaka Bay. But then somebody asks me, do you know such and such? I'm like, no, I don't know this person. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, family, I am no way possible related to Sinetta. Sinetta was drunk on somebody's show and told them that I was his first cousin. I am no way related to Sinetta. I met Sinetta in 2014 or 2015, the same way that you met Sinetta. Whoever out there, Tables of Kings Boxing Journey, I do not know Sinetta outside of this conscious community. I mean, I do not know him outside of this conscious community. I don't know anything about Sinetta. I don't know nothing about his family. I don't know nothing about his upbringing, besides what he says on Queen's Throne interview, where he was broke, he was poor, he had to take care of everybody, then found out that he smoked a little bit crack, possibly sniff a little bit dope, went to jail for being a petty thief, came out, was a petty thief, copied people DVDs, resold them, flipped them, and got on his feet. Next thing you know, he did it for some time, got in contact with Polite, and voila, there we go today. That's all I know about Sinetta. That's not my cousin. I don't know. So many people been asking me that. I hope somebody clip this and just spread it around. I'm going to clip it myself. I don't know him outside of YouTube, social media, 25th Street. I think Sinetta need to clean up his legacy so when it's time to go back to the essence, he can leave with a good name. That's what I think Sinetta should do. I think Sinetta need to stop talking like he's a killer. He's got one foot in the grave and one on a can of oil. You know what I'm saying? So he should just pray and get himself together. So I say, y'all, cousin, he said it himself. You know what I mean? He should pray, you know what I'm saying? And focus on bringing back some of the original content, bringing back, go reach out some of to the old people that will help him build the platform. Go reach out to Sutek. See if Sutek can come back, because these were solid brothers. Go reach out to my brother Sankofa. Go reach out to some of the older brothers that was there to help build the platform. Find the conscious ponytail guy. You know, when he came on, he was fun. You know, go find some of these old people, rebuild, leave on a good note. You know what I mean? Talking goofy, cussing people out, drinking Corona while you're talking knowledge, and you know what I mean, and running behind some Melchizedek. Bring back some of these good people that help build the platform. You know what I'm saying? Bring back some of these good people. That's my advice to Sinetta. You know what I mean? Like, if I say something about you, just take the beating. You know what I mean? You ain't got to respond to me because it makes you look crazy. It makes you look crazy. You got everything to lose. Your legacy at stake. You know what I mean? I'm solid. Everything that I present is evidence and real about your compromised. Everything. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Go make friends with General Seti. Bring Seti back. I mean, at least for a show, try to get all of those people that was building blocks to Sinetta Studios or Black News 102 and bring them back. Again, if I decide to throw you under the bus, just get from out the muffler, brush yourself off, and keep it moving. You cannot see me in this. I'm going to show recent stuff. The only thing that you're going to show, you're going to talk about my family, and I don't care. I'm going to show recent stuff. And I still got something in the bag that I'm thinking about giving to ArcaBay.com. I still got something in the bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm serious. My advice to Sinetta is to build your legacy. Stop letting your emotions get involved. When you let your emotions get involved, you make wrong decisions. You make bad decisions and you look crazy. Your audience look at you like you crazy when you're calling people B's, MFers, and you know what I'm saying? Look at this B and this, that B. I mean, you just look crazy. Like, I'm telling you, my advice, I'm telling you, won't you take a trip down to Erie and see the brother that was locked up? What's my brother? I would like to go see him myself. See after COVID. What's my brother? You know what I mean? One of the building blocks. Anybody? What's the brother got locked up for the drugs? I forget the brother name off the top of my head. Don't charge it to my heart. But anyway, he's locked up in Erie. He got a whole bunch of time. He the first one that said the black woman is God. You know what I mean? See if you can plan a trip as a media to go talk to him. Tahuti. Go talk to Tahuti. Bring some of that quality stuff back. Give some updates on how brother Tahuti doing. Do something quality. Natural Tahuti helped build that platform. Natural Tahuti was doing House of Consciousness West. Shout out to Natural Tahuti, because if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go and find out how Natural Tahuti doing. I'm going to report to the people. You don't leave your brothers lost in the system and arguing on social media about some miscellaneous foolishness that ain't going to do nothing. Brother Seville, go find these brothers. Go find some of these brothers, making amends with some of these brothers that you fell out with. Bring them back. See how they doing. We wonder what happened to some of these brothers. We wonder what's going on with Melon and Sutek. This is interesting stuff. I'm giving you content. I'm giving you content. We are really concerned about some of these brothers and sisters that was on your platform that we don't see no more. In fact, a few of them I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up. And wouldn't we want to see some of these people from the original House of Consciousness? Wouldn't we want to see that? I know I would. I know I would love to see them. Where's little Marcus? Anybody know where young Marcus at? Anybody? Where's young Marcus? What happened to young Marcus? How old is young Marcus now? Where is the baby Hebrew? See, this going way back now. Like, this is the like, that would be my advice for Sinetta. That would be my advice. Think about your legacy. Every time fire. That's right, Baba. Young Hebrew. Shout out to my brother Baba. Every time fire. Come on. Man, this was some real talent. These were some strong pillars in this digital conscious community. I remember Baba used to go to 125th and just hold the camera, man, and he always say, Sinetta is big brother, Sinetta is big brother. Bring that stuff back. You sitting up there arguing about Nepal. Come on, man. Preserve your legacy, brother. You know what I'm saying? I might do a video about you next week. And the thing what you're going to do is, look at his wife's feet. His wife got a toenail, a hangnail on her toe. Look at that B. And your people going to look at you like you crazy. Let me show you what this is how crazy these people are. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let it go. The reason why I don't respond to a lot of this stuff, but I'm going to say it and I'm going to let it go. These people are so crazy. They take pictures from people that troll social media, right? These fools troll my wife social media. Now, this amongst many things that these people do, right? They troll my wife's social media. They grab a picture of my wife hugging a former boyfriend, friend, acquaintance, whatever you choose to call it, and said something about 5 baby daddies and all that crazy made up stuff. Anyway, the crazy thing about it is that the guy that my wife was hugging, that they call him a baby daddy, passed away years ago. They got this man on social media. You don't know if that man's children watch this. You don't know, if he has children. You don't know if his aunt, his mother, his sister, you don't know. This man passed away years ago. And they plastering him, calling him some baby daddy. Just making up stuff. Now, your people that watch this foolishness may believe it. I don't respond to it because if I wanted to respond to it, I'm really stooping to your level and I can make you look stupid, but that's just not content to me. That's just not content to me. And the weird thing about it is, people never consider that these people that you're trolling, that's associated with me, that these people have family, that these people have children, that these people have nothing to do with you, and you don't even know these people. Again, let that man rest in peace. But you making up these stories, I mean, come on, man, what type of wretched person just go through a person's social media and grab pictures and make up stories? But hey, at the end of the day, I will tell you this. Whoever you are, if you're listening, there ain't no free lunch and there ain't no right way to do wrong. So if you have committed an error in addressing me, that thing will come full circle. And however it comes, it could come through financial struggle. It could come through health struggle. It could come to interpersonal relationship struggle. It could come any way. But there is no way that you get away putting out karma like that. It just don't work. I can rest well at night because if anything that I put out and exposing, if you like to call it, or revealing a scammer or a schemer, anything that I put out, if I am wrong, if you show me, I will take it down. I don't care how hype I get when I present. I don't care how dramatic I am when I present. If I put out something wrong, if you can show me, I'll take it down. And I will apologize. And I will apologize. So just like I said to Inky, if Inky would show where he gets the blue moss or the purple moss and whip it up, because I say it's food coloring, wherever I said that in the video, I would take the video down and I apologize. So he might as well get on a boat to Jamaica and go get the purple moss. But that's how you do something. You prove somebody wrong. Anybody heard me cuss? I want to ask anybody this. Has anybody heard me curse out any person that I've done a stream on? I'm talking about live. I ain't talking about how I had to dig into boss talk when he called my phone. Have anybody ever heard me curse out or cuss out anybody or any family member associated with any information that I have produced? Anybody? Anybody? Name one person. Name one person that I called a B. Name one time that I talked about somebody's mother. Now, tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Darren's mother, but not talking about her. We're going to show that he's a total European trying to act as if he's one of us. That's not who he is. So I won't be talking about his mother. Much respect to all mothers. But he's been masquerading. Like he's one of us. And so the only thing I'm going to do is say, this is his mother. Stop acting like you want to know. You're not one of us. You're not. And so with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all. And again, if you find that Commander Hebrew said, not really, but well, kinda. I like that. I want to thank all of y'all, family. I want everybody on their way out the door, thumbs up, family. I put in a lot of work. Our team over here put in a lot of work, man. And I want to thank everybody who anonymously dropped me information. Listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. I am a heck of a researcher, without a doubt or contradiction. I am an amazing researcher. I, in fact, surprise myself how I can research and I can piece the puzzle together. So it's one thing to research, but then it's another thing to present the research and weave it all together. But let me be clear. There is no way that I could do this without you. And you is those who anonymously send me stuff that gives me the ability to get on a trail, to get on it, to look at it, to research it, to make sure that it's authentic, that I can stand on it, and that I can present it to the people. I wouldn't be nothing without you. You see what I'm saying? Because without you, I will be doing my own research that with issues that concern me. But when you send me stuff, they are issues that concern you. And when there's issues that concern you, that means those issues also concern other people, and you become the voice for those people. And so I'm able to do the research and look into it. And then also, I wouldn't be nothing without the Silent Brotherhood. The Silent Brotherhood is a group of Moorish World TV citizens that bring up the information where I can make a call and say, I need to get something on this, I need to get something on that. And the Silent Brotherhood, the Silent Sisterhood, I wouldn't be nothing. I wouldn't be nothing. I want to give a shout out to the blackawaken.com. I need to bring my brother 322 on the building. 322, call me tomorrow. I need to bring you on, brother. We need to get everybody to the blackawaken.com, brother. We need to talk about your book. We need to get it done, brother. We need to get it done. So please text me, call me tomorrow. Let's get it together. Last thing but not least, we will get to the Ozone interview, even if I got to narrate it. Even if I got to narrate it, we will get to it no later than Sunday. My soul is at a good space with delivering it to you. But I'm going to tell you the variables that exist that Ozone is facing. You want to make sure that you do everything right. You want to make sure that you do everything right. Because this is a brother whose life is on the line. This is a brother whose life is on the line, and you never know. And you never know the games that's being played. And I don't want nobody to have the ability to even think that I'm a part of some game. I want my brother Ozone to have a fair trial. And I want those who believe in a fair trial to support him financially, as long as we know that the finance is going to someone credible and that the defense that is representing him is credible and not a stand-in. And I'm going to give it to you $1. We need to make sure that if we giving our money, that it's going to a strong defense. You hear what I say? And not a stand-in. The same thing that young Pharaoh did. He went and got an attorney, and the attorney took his money, and then they threw it out of court. Because that was a stand-in. They just tossed them. So I want to make sure that if I put my name on something, that if I stamp something, that we are stamping a fair trial. We're not stamping guilty or innocent. We're stamping a fair trial. That's what we're stamping. And everyone deserves a fair trial. And what brings a fair trial? Unfortunately, you got to balance the odds with a good attorney. Just can't take it as a given that you're going to get a fair trial. And a good attorney costs money. So with that being said, to all the Trumpers out there, I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank all the Pharaoh fans that was hating me, that said I was hating on Pharaoh too. I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a blessed night. Shout out to Christian News and Interviews. And shout out to my day ones, man. Abazu, man. My day ones. You know what I mean? Hey, Pootie Tang, I'm coming for Dern tomorrow. TheBlackAwakening.com. If you ain't there, family, go check it out. TheBlackAwakening.com. Cryptonomics. The original people. Leonard Wilson, thank you, family. Thank everybody, family. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow. We're going to talk about Dern tomorrow, and we're going to show how the social media can be manipulated. It doesn't matter if you got 300 subscribers. It doesn't matter if you got 20,000 subscribers. It's all about confusion. And I'll show you how they put these people in position to stir up and continue and make sure that the confusion continues. Peace and love, family. I'm out.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30.
Hold up. I just was put on point. 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I got to correct the error. I said that if I'm wrong, I will make a correction. And ain't nobody correct me. So I'm going to correct myself. Thank you. I said that young Pharaoh doesn't have resources. In fact, see how quick I can correct myself? Defendant has shown to this court that the defendant does have sufficient resources to hire an attorney. So I was checking my notes. Hold up 1 second. So I was checking Silent Brotherhood, Silent Sisterhood, put me on point. See how quick? See how easy that is? See how easy that is? I say he didn't have. And I started going on about, man, what happened to all the money? But that show you how organically I do the show. I get the files. I read them when I read them to you. But you see how crazy that is? That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is to say, hold up, I made an error. It's that easy. I don't have to say, oh man, just let it go. They'll figure it out. No, I made an error and I want to make sure that you got it right. So he does have sufficient resources to hire an attorney. I thought it said does not. I was reading too fast, but say it does. So thank you, family. We out. That's right. And anytime I make an error, if you tell me and I spot it, I will correct it. I'm not going to go on acting like I'm infallible. No. So he does have sufficient resources. In fact, he probably could sell the house. So that does make sense. He could sell the car if he haven't already. So that does make sense. So whatever the case may be, he can liquidate some of his assets. That makes sense. Let's go.
I be that more you gon' remember, be more. I be that more you gon' remember, that time. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember, LA. I be that more you gon' remember, New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.